Stephanie Winston Wolkoff shuts down Meghan McCain on The View. Hi, welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, please click subscribe and click the bell button so you'll be the first to know when I upload. And as I was watching this clip, I can just see the torment and I don't know, she's just the sadness and a little bit of a paranoia and just anxiety that this woman is facing. And I, for one, also said before, if I had a friend, I wouldn't know how I would feel if someone was secretly recording me. But this situation is different because, this is the White House. This is the most powerful house that you can ever be in. And you are basically a friend to someone, a first lady, who is also one of the most powerful people in the country, who has a husband that is the most powerful person in the world. So when you are faced with a situation that deals with your reputation on the line, and that is strewn, all over just the White House or just publicly and stuff like that, baby, you got to find a way to protect your own self. So, I'm happy that she is speaking her truth and her experience. And Meghan McCain could kick rocks. That girl get on my nerves. The girl thinks she's Oprah. You're nothing but a nepotism baby. You are nothing. Nobody needs to tell you a heads up about, an exclusive coming out through the Atlantic story about Donald Trump. So your plagiarist federalist husband could be aware about the situation and he could rebut that claim with his fake sources due to his plagiarism. So anyways, I'm gonna let you guys watch this clip and I'm gonna come back with some more.
You recently revealed that you secretly recorded your conversations with Melania. I've said on multiple occasions, I said to Mary Trump, I don't like tell-all books like this. I think they're in really bad taste in general. And I think secretly recording your friend and selling its contents for profit certainly ups the ante and seems not only unethical, but just gross. The First Lady's office says you're, quote, just out for revenge, given all the damaging details you've chosen to share. Can you honestly just sit here and tell me that's not true? And just on a personal level, if someone did this to my mother, and she has an aide that she's incredibly close with who would never do anything like this and has been with her for over 20 years, it would break my family. Do you understand the implications of this that it could have on them just as people?
Absolutely. And first of all, thank you for asking that question, because it's one of the biggest misconceptions out there right now. Just so you know, I did not write this book for money. I did not take any advance for this. This was for me to be able to tell the true story and not be anonymous anymore. I'm on the record. All the stories that crushed me, burned me, and the White House propaganda machine made up about me that made headlines around the world broke me, my integrity, my life literally went into shatters because of exactly what you're talking about. I didn't press record on a friend. I pressed record after I was accused of a crime and I was thrown under the bus, and I was told by my friend, I'm sorry, this is the way it has to be. So that's when I pressed record. Otherwise, I agree with you completely. And I would never record a friend. But what happened to me is, again, the White House putting out their own messaging, and again, it's almost cultish, Meghan, and it's wrong. And they will say things over and over and over. The fact is, I do have the facts. I do have the proof. And I am willing to actually stand by every single word. And with this family, that is so important, because one of the biggest reasons why I wrote this book was not only to get my sense of clarity back and my own sense of self back, but for the country to understand who these people are, and that these are the people behind closed doors running our country, and they are not doing it in your best interest, right? Like, for me, it's not what you can, do, what your country can do for you, which is all about what the Trumps are about. It's what can you do for your country. And that is the main reason why I went and helped my friend, because no one else would. So there's a lot here to talk about, but there's also a lot here to understand that people don't know yet about them. And I felt it was my obligation, not only as someone who experienced it firsthand, but someone who knows the depth of their corruption, the depth of their deceit, the depth of their just disregard for everyone, and especially look what he's doing. And I apologize respectfully for what things he said about your father and about war heroes. And there are no words to explain this. And so had I kept my mouth shut, that would have been the hardest thing for me to do for the rest of my life.
Basically, this woman, Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, told Meghan McCain, I'm sorry about your father. You can see her eyes being teared up. And of course, you know, Meghan always got to bring it on to a personal level about her mom having an aide, which, I mean, in reality, her family is really not as relevant as the Trump family, because, you know, they didn't win the presidency. Of course, you know, senator and president is two different things in terms of power. And you know, everything's not about you. Everything's not about you. So I'm curious to see who's going to replace her when she heads to a maternity leave, hopefully by next month. The girl is getting on my nerves. There's obviously a sense of dysfunction that is going on, in my opinion, between her and her husband, considering the fact he's saying one thing and she's saying another thing. He's denying the story about Trump calling, you know, military vets suckers and losers. And she's saying one thing. She's saying there's legs to it because, you know, he's called the Khan family. He's called my father suckers and losers. And this is the reason why she wants a heads up to a story like this, because her husband's in the business of politics. He's in the business of, you know, being in the politics news sphere, and this is what he does for a living. And obviously his family, from my knowledge, works for the Trump family. So he wants to remain, you know, he wants to remain the master for the slave for Trump, you know, while Meghan McCain just cries and you know, and I mean, she asked for this marriage. She asked for it. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Please do subscribe and click the bell button so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Deuces. Yeah.